have been carried forward through established institutions like the Election Committee, the Constitutional Court.
Are thinking about meeting that if the courts are going to knock out even
a cash handout for 10,000 baht each for those vulnerable groups who have very small, have very poor and who own the rights to the the welfare card, and those who are disabled, and so that's not the digital wallets that has been pledged during the election campaign, because there's nothing about the digital. They just giving away the cash handout for about 14.5 million people. So if this is the stimulus package, I don't think it's effective, because if you see the result that they will stimulate the economy, it will give only 0.35% of the GDP boost. So we put a lot of money and we gain very few. So it's not quite a very effective way to stimulate the economy in the first place. But we can see this as the cost of living alleviation measures as well, because we suffering from the cost of living for some time, but the government has ran out of the options for the people. But if you look at the amount of money that they give away is 10,000 baht, which is like we can say like it's triple at the time, triple of the poverty lines of those people who get the money. So it's a little bit too much to be the cost of living alleviation plan. So this one is just. It's just that they cannot implement the digital wallet scheme that they have pledged, because the legal issues, they cannot have the enough of money that they want to pay out, because it's gonna stack up to 500 billion baht, which is 16% of the total budget, for example. So this is kind of a big deal that if we continue to do this, it will give a lot of fiscal burden to the country, to the economy. The debt to GDP ratio will shoot up to 70% of the GDP, that is the ceiling that we have right now for the fiscal discipline law. And the interest burden will shoot up more than 10% of the government revenue. That is, that easily can see as the sign of downgrading of the credit rating agencies that they have used for the investment grade sovereignty credit ratings, for example. So this is, it reflects that when the government has become very short-termist, they just want to stimulate the economy in a very short run. And it turns out that it doesn't really turns out well, and they have to postpone and delay the program, this scheme for more than a year now, and it doesn't so it doesn't seem to be the short term the very emergency, the urgent issues anymore about the stimulating the economy. Turns out that just try to save their face, that they have to commit to the policy they pledge. They have to do anything just to find the way to give away this money. And even though it could hurt a lot to the economy and have very bad consequences afterwards. So this is, I think, it's a very summary of what's going on with this digital wallet.
Francesca.
Hi, good evening. Francesca Regalado with Nikkei Asia. Just picking up on the topic of the economy. Can you explain what's in the competition bill and why it's going to be the first economy-related priority for People's Party? And second, I know you said that the focus is going to be on preparing the policies for the next 3 years, but the economy is in quite a bad situation at this moment. So aside from the competition bill, what are you planning to do to make sure that your economic priorities are heard and given a fair hearing in the next 3 years?
Of course, the competition law that we have seen that is there are some loopholes that it's even though we have this competition law implemented effective for 6 years already, 7 years, but still. And we believe at first that this one is, way better than the last one that we have 20 years ago. That we cannot, you cannot, find someone to be guilty of anything for 20 years. So once we have this new competition law, we have high hope for it that will solve our, lack of competition problem in the country. But after, 4, 5, 6 years of implementing this law, we saw a big merging deal that has passed, the competition authority very easily. And one is in the case of the retail market, that the merging of the CP and Tesco, and that's that was allowed by the competition authority. And the other one is the merging deal of True and DTAC, which is the second and the third largest operator, mobile operator in Thailand. And it passed easily that they don't, the law even allow them to merge without asking for permission from the authority. So this is the loopholes because for the retail market merging, they subject to the competition law, but still have the loophole that they allowed. The other, the True and DTAC mobile operator merging deal, it's subject to another law by the NBTC, the National Broadcasting Television Commission. So what we're trying to do is to fix the competition law to become like the master of the other laws that regulating that the market regulates other sectors in the country. So we try to avoid that we have different laws and different practices about the competition, for example. We also try to fix the competition law to allow the what's called leniency program, for example, that is not allowed before. That if you have the cartel and one of the member of the cartels has tell on each the others, so they have to get some waive from the penalty, for example. So we try to fix the competition law to make sure that our legal framework it's guarantee the level playing field for the economy, for the newcomer to have the level playing field competition with the incumbents, for example. As we can see that our economy is very concentrated, so this one is just very close to my heart. So I mentioned this first. And the second one is the economic priority. So it's the same thing. In our policy that we placed during the election, the last election, we mentioned about to find a new engine of growth because we see the lackluster of the competitiveness of the country. But right now we have very immediate challenges from we can say the China flooding, the Chinese goods that flood into Thailand because they can produce more and more and they expand their capacity and they can flood cheap goods into Thailand, and that's the big threat of the Thai economy that we already very poor competitiveness. So this is one of the campaign that we will launch next month, that we have to make sure three things. The first is to make sure the law enforcement works, because I think this is the main reason that we have the flux of cheap Chinese goods that is not compatible to the standards or regulation in Thailand. And second, we have to make sure the level playing field, all the taxes that Thai corporates have to pay, those who want to do business in Thailand, they have to do the same. And the third, we might have to think about the strategic protection that we have to put into some particular sectors, that we have to figure it out by consulting all the stakeholders. Of course, we don't want to become like the protectionist country, but if we just believe in the free market and let all the things flux into our country, at the end, our own entrepreneurs will die, and we have nothing left for the economy. So that's an immediate challenge that we will continue from our policy.
Hi, good evening both.ฐพงษfrom NHK. In pursuit of a landslide victory at the next election, how would you try to balance attracting maybe new, more moderate voters without alienating the already existing base?
It is about to like the repositioning for the People's Party to gain more voters that who didn't vote for us from the Future Forward and from the Move Forward Party. I believe that the working hard and show that we can have something tangible, that the MPs on the opposition side or the mayor in the local government, that we can bring the policy into the reality. This kind of works can bring more supporters and can bring the confidence to the people that we can bring our policy into reality. So we believe that the local government should be a great opportunity for us to prove that to the people. This is the one thing, and the second thing I believe that is to expand the party members in the country. So as I mentioned earlier, within this year we will have the campaign like the open house campaign in all provinces in Thailand. So our strategic work to win the majority seats in the parliament in the next election.
Thank you. Any more questions? Gwen?
Yeah. Hello, Gwen Robinson from Nikkei Asia. Thank you for coming to the club tonight. I had two questions. One was more about a policy matter concerning the casinos and the expectation that it's all going to go a bit wild when the stops come off on the casino policy. And People's Party, I presume, takes the same position as Move Forward did, which is a bit curious. Do you find it concerning some of the worries about what casinos could bring for Thailand in terms of some of the more negative aspects? And secondly, the other question is more about the party and its future. You've got through this recent challenge, but you've got a big one coming up next year, perhaps, for the court challenge. So I'm just wondering how you are thinking about meeting that if the courts are going to knock out even more of your best and brightest people.
Answer the first question about the casino. Don't talk about casino. It's called entertainment complex. It sounds a lot better. Yes, of course. And casino is just to make sure that maybe it's the place that it's in needs or have very low income or they very in dire need of new industry or new business, to make sure that people have got some decent jobs, for example. But this is, according to this draft, all these decisions belongs to the policy committee. So it means that it's not guaranteed that they might have choose Bangkok, for example, which is already, have it all. So we have to push these issues to make sure that the choice of the location would guarantee the prosperity distribution. So to sum up, we agree on these issues that we should legalize the casino, but still we have to be very, very careful on the process.
Tang, I guess the second question.
And the second question, could you please repeat it again?
That you have many challenges coming up next year as well. The courts are not giving up. Therefore, what's your strategy? What's your thinking about if they're taking out more of your best and brightest?
If they get banned, yeah.
Okay. For the cases that the judiciary running against that, it is some kind of out of our control. All the thing that we can do is to prepare the case as best as we can do, and we think the more important thing.
และมีจุดเด่นกว่านั้นคือไม่เคยคุยโตโอ้อวดทำงานก็ไม่ชอบเอาหน้า